At the first sign of trouble, who do you turn to? If we go to the Almighty Father first and openly present our fears and hurts, He will listen. When we ask, what shall we do? What can we do? Who can we trust? God the Almighty will hear and will extend His love, trust, and protection. David cries out to God. He feels the weight of his problems crushing in on him. David reflects on the fact that God has never let him down, and that remembrance gives him peace and hope. In Psalm 62, verses 1 and 2, he writes, "Truly, my soul silently waits for God. From him comes my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved." If our trust is in God, certainly we may be led to seek advice, counsel, aid, remedy from men, and God will direct us to do so to the right people if we go to Him first. Just look at what happened when Moses left Aaron in charge and went to the mountain. The people became restless and mistrusting, so they decided to do it their way and erect an idol to worship. You remember the golden calf? How did that work out for them? Jonah didn't agree with God about ministering to the folks at Nineveh and went to Tarsus instead. He went his way, not God's way. How did that work out for him? How did the Tower of Babel work out? You get the picture? When we strike out on our own, looking to fix things ourselves and leave God out, it never works. David knew this and knew to trust God. Here he is running all about in the desert, hiding from Saul's army. David took refuge in caves and remote locations, but in fact his refuge was in God. When we move further from God, we move closer to discord and disaster. God says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." Psalm 46, verse 10. Sometimes we really must exercise that trust. Sometimes the answer is not immediate. Sometimes we must wait. However, all the time and every time, God is in charge. At our homes, don't we have prayer ministry of some kind? We do, don't we? And we daily petition the Lord to respond favorably, positively and faithfully, with overcoming, healing, and otherwise positive outcomes for every request. Yes, it is time consuming process because there are a lot of names and needs we mention one by one. We've learned through this prayer ministry of ours that God is faithful, and we've seen it firsthand in answer after answer to our prayers. We see the powerful hand of God at work. We realize just how weak we are and how strong He is. So be confident like the psalmist. Psalm 16 verse 8 says, "I've set the Lord always before me, because He is at my right hand, I shall not be moved." Psalm 55 verse 22, "Cast your burden on the Lord, and He shall sustain you. He shall never permit the righteous to be moved." We are not designed to be beasts of burdens, but the devil wants us to be weighed down with problems that we literally collapse with exhaustion. God, on the other hand, wants us to put the weight of our burdens onto Him and let Him carry our problems for us. Will you let Him do that? Be blessed.